Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today I've been procrastinating as you probably know on Facebook. I keep saying, ooh, I'm gonna repot some orchids today, but I never seem to. Well, anyway, let's start repotting some orchids. Okay, so this one that we're gonna repot right now is an Oncidium orchid. Let's get a little closer look here. My camera hasn't been focusing lately very well, but hopefully today it will focus a little bit better. So anyway, the reason why I'm repotting this, I just tried potting this Oncidium orchid in the hydroton clay bead mix, and mixed with a little bit of sphagnum moss. I think the reason why I'm having a problem, if you notice here, the pseudobulbs are really wrinkly and kind of yucky looking. They're really stressed out. This one's black, or blackening. It's not looking very healthy. I think what happened, well, I kind of know what happened. I was a little bit neglectful and I watered my plants. As you probably know, I usually use like a margarine container or something, and I stick my plant in the margarine container and then I pour water over it and I just let it soak in the water usually for between 20 minutes and a couple of hours. And then I come back to it and I remove the plant, let it drain, and then dump out all the extra water from the container and put the plant back where it's supposed to go. But with this one, I forgot, because when you have so many orchids, you think you dump them all out. This one was actually sitting in a bucket of water, or a pot of water, for about 2 weeks. So I think that it's just stressed out because it got waterlogged, and probably the roots got destroyed underneath. We're going to take it out and see what's going on in the root system. But as you can see, this plant is really wiggles around. There's nothing really holding it in place. So it's not a happy camper. So we're going to repot it. We're going to give it a regular mix of, this is cocoa bark and sphagnum moss. It'll like this a lot better. This hydrogen stays a little bit too dry, and I want it to have good moisture, good air circulation, but I want it to be able to dry out fairly quickly, and it will do that in this mix, but this hydrogen doesn't stay as moist as I'd like it to for as long as it needs. So anyway, we'll try it out. Again, this hydrogen, I like using it as a mix in here to add aeration. It really seems to do well. And also, hydroton, my Phalaenopsis really seem to enjoy hydroton as well. They're growing really well. So let's dump this plant out here. We'll see what's going on in the roots. Okay, so I've got a couple of okay roots here. As you can see, there's two nice white roots. The bottoms aren't very good looking. I've got a bunch of these deteriorated roots. You can tell that they're not good because they're squishy. So we're just going to cut those away. I had some scissors here. Always make sure to use sterilized scissors. You could sterilize them with some rubbing alcohol before you go in there and chop away the roots with them. And again, you're just removing the ones that are squishy or noticeably dead. You want to be careful not to remove any of the good ones. Okay, so pretty well it's going to be just these two roots that we're keeping. Actually going to use, since it was so recent that I potted this in the hydroton, I'm actually going to take this hydroton and none of the gross yucky parts that I just cut off. I'm going to put this hydroton into my mix to add some aeration. Some of you orchid experts might be frowning upon this. Never reuse media. You never know what's in there. And that is true. If you have a plant that has a virus, or you're noticing some fungal problems or something, I wouldn't do this. The problem that I'm having with this is my own silliness. I don't believe that this plant has any fungal problems, but if it does, I might be transferring it. And that's not cool, but we'll take our chances this time. I just thought I'd put that little disclaimer in there just in case you try it out and something bad occurs. It's probably not the best to reuse your media. You could probably, if you wanted to reuse it and be safe, you could quite possibly bake it in the oven for 20 or 30 minutes at, I don't know, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and it should kill all of the fungal issues safely. Okay, just mix it in there. Those hydrogen beads add nice aeration. So I'm going to reuse the same pot as well. I had no problems with this plant. Just remove all the old media, all the old moss. I'm not reusing the moss. That sort of broke down over time. So I'm just going to take this pot, going to throw some mix in here. Seems to be a lot of moss in this one. I thought it'd be mostly bark. Okay, so we got the stuff down there. We're gonna hold the plant at about, well, sort of in the center. A lot of these plants will have a growth direction, so you can plant it closer to the side of the pot if you know that the plant is growing this way to get more time that it could be in this pot for. But I'm just going to plant it in the center of the pot, and I'm going to hold it in place. Now I'm just going to place the moss and bark and hydrogen mix around the plant. I'll post a photo of the flower of this plant. This is a beautiful Oncidium flower. I wish that I didn't neglect the plant so much and overwater it. Not necessarily overwater it, but left it in water for too long, causing the problems that it has now. It was beautiful. I was hoping that it would flower again this year, but I don't think it will. Yeah, things happen. It might still, but I don't believe it will. We all make mistakes. It's all right. Okay, so I'm packing in the media right up to the pseudobulbs. I want it to come to the base of the pseudobulbs. Here, I'll bring this up. See how I have it planted in there? Pseudobulbs are right at the soil level. If it will focus for me. Spin it around here. They're right at the base of the soil level. You don't want the bulbs to be sunk down too much. It can cause some rot. But you don't want them to be too high that they're jiggly like they were before. This plant was very jiggly in the pot, and orchids don't really like that. Well, most plants don't like to move around so much. They want to feel secure. So anyway, this repotting project is done, and I'll keep you updated. I hope that this one really takes off. It has been doing okay. As you can see, these are the new see if you can see that, the new pseudobulbs. They're really plump and juicy, and I do have this new growth here that looks healthy. But the roots weren't really thriving. I hope that this will change. This new media, hopefully, it will cause it to grow much more healthy. And I will, like I said, I'll keep you posted when I see roots starting to grow at the size of the pots and all that stuff. I wanna let you know when that happens. Anyway, happy growing, everyone. Stay tuned for more repotting of orchid videos. There are more to come.